Hey, what's up guys? It's Rinku and I'm here for another Black Desert guide. So this one is pretty simple, but I mean it's pretty basic, but it's pretty essential to be honest. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this stuff, so let me just explain it, and it is potatoes. It's everything to do about potatoes or wheat or any wheat product that counts. So I guess that'd be wheat, barley, corn, potato, or sweet potato. Those are all, I guess, the same, but basically I'm gonna go off potatoes. Now you can grow wheat and other of those things, I guess, and there's a lot of nodes, but basically everyone's gonna start off near Valia, right? And everyone's gonna get Valia. You can hire workers at Valia, and there's a ton of farms near Valia. So I don't know, like, I mean, especially if you aren't using Valia, and because you get one free worker for every location, I guess. But the first thing you're gonna want to do is get a worker at Valia if you don't have one already. Wow, I thought it was near the storage keeper. I guess not. But yeah, you want to hire a worker, and if you've never done this before, you have to go, you click whatever I just clicked, you go in here and you go to worker, you go there. It costs 5 energy for every worker you look at, and it's random what worker it is, whether it's human, goblin, or giant. Giants work, I guess, the slowest, and goblins work the fastest, but they both get about the same amount of work done in that time, I guess. I believe that's how it works. Sorry if I'm wrong, but you contract workers. Costs 5 energy. I can't see any more workers now, but if I could, like, I already have one, but you can get lodging for more, blah blah blah. But everyone, just like how stables always have 3 empty spots, you always have 1 empty spot for a worker, so everywhere you go you can get a worker. Something I really wish I knew is there's different types of workers, obviously, and it costs energy to see them, but it costs money to hire them. So you're gonna want to have energy, but you can eventually, like, you'll randomly get really super good workers, such as professional or artisan. I would bring a lot of money. It costs 30k, I think, for a professional and 100k for an artisan. The only time I've ever seen a professional and an artisan are the 2 times they didn't have that much money, and I was really pissed off. First it was a professional for 30k, and then I'm like, oh, I'll bring 30k next time. And then it was an artisan for 100k, and I'm like, wow, I would have fucking had my first artisan if only I had 100k. And I only have 1 professional and no artisans, so you can see how rare that is. So that's something you should keep in account before you get workers, is always have 100k in your inventory just in case. But yeah, once you do get a worker, this whole guide is based around, like, getting potatoes. So again, you can farm, get workers, whatever, but I chose to get a worker in Valia. I think it's Flinto Farm. Yep, potato. And I have my worker there. He's always working there, and he gets me potatoes. Now, why are potatoes so important? Well, there's actually 3 things you can use to use them. Well, there's tons of things you can make with them, but there's 3 unique things that I make all the damn time. So first of all is, how do you get energy for your workers to keep doing their work? Because they eventually run out of energy. Well, you can eventually recover them with beer. Now, there's 2 other food items that you can get them up with that gives them more energy than beer, and I believe that the 2 better items are both equal, so it doesn't matter which one. But beer is simple, and you can make it with only potatoes. So yeah, so when your worker gets potatoes, it goes in your storage. Go to your storage, take it out. I even have 7 more potatoes than when I started recording, so that's pretty awesome. Now I have 120. Fruit juice, I'll go over that in a bit. Fruit juice is super simple. I think all you need to make is grapes, and I was gonna do that for my HP experience. And you can get a grape farm in the very first town you start off in. But it's only for Ranger, Sorceress, Tamer, Wizard, Witch. I don't even know if it gives you HP, but if it does, that would be a better food for those classes. But since I'm not any of those classes, I have to make a different food for my HP experience. So I make grain soup, which you can make out of potatoes. So before we go into the cooking, so to make food you actually have to cook it. To make beer you actually have to cook it. But the last thing you can make with potatoes is potions. Now, I'm just going to quickly make all 3 of these items to show you what you need to make them, because you do need some other things, but you can get them all in town from a vendor, not even another person. So yeah, so first of all, to make potions, you literally just need, I think it's, yeah, 1 water and, simple cooking, my bad, not shaking, simple cooking. So 1 water and 5 potatoes, or no, 3 potatoes, my bad. 1 water, 3 potatoes, it should make a tiny potion. So let's make one here. And any day now, we have 1 water, 3 potatoes, and I get 1 potion. So normally you'd get regular grain juice, but you see here I made concentrated grain juice. You have a chance of making higher stuff depending on your higher level processing, because right now we're actually processing. That's what the L menu is for. the other two things will actually cook. So this is actually getting our processing up. But yeah, so you can make grain juice, or if you're good, concentrated grain juice. I think you even have a chance of getting highly concentrated just right off the bat. But you can also turn your concentrated and your regular into highly concentrated for those better HP potions. So you go into, again, simple cooking, and you just choose straight up concentrated grain juice, and it will use 3 of these to make you 1 of the highly concentrated grain juice. So these are HP potions, and you're probably just like, why don't you just buy regular HP potions? Well, it's practically free to get potatoes, because I'll teach you in a second that you can make beer out of potatoes, and you can make way more beer than it costs to give the worker energy to get those potatoes. So you're always going to have an abundance of potatoes already, so you might as well use that on potions and food. So I'll go over the food in a second, but just to reiterate, and you can turn either the regular or the concentrated potions into highly concentrated potions, and you can see here that it increases your HP by 200, which is equivalent to the highest HP potion sold by vendors, which is a large one, I believe, but it weighs less. So a regular potion weighs 1.25, these weigh 1.0, which means you can hold more potions total, and they heal the same, so there's no reason why not to get these. Also, they're literally free if you make them like this. Of course, you have to buy the water, you have to get the potatoes, but you save a ton, trust me. Alright, so that's how you make potions, and I'm going the wrong way. So now, let's go into my house to actually cook. So if you've never cooked before, you have to get a cooking utensil and put it in your house. I'd recommend getting this house because it's pretty big. You'll be here after doing the tutorial like 5 minutes later. So might as well get this house. Also, in Vale is where I get my potatoes. So in Vale is where I have my cooking house. I have 4 houses. They all have cooking stuff, but you get the point. So yeah, now we're gonna put. So let's see. We're gonna do beer first because we have to get our workers to have energy. So beer is 1 sugar, 2 leavening agents, and let's see here, 6 water. Enter. And then, of course, your potatoes. So you're going to need the exact amount when you're cooking. So for beer, it's 5. And then, because we put in the exact amount, this makes 1. But to make multiple, instead of putting more in, you just hit continuous production, hit yes. And normally it would ask you how many you want to make. Because I only can make 1, obviously it didn't ask me, but then you hit like 10 or whatever, and it will make it. And then boom. If you've never been cooking before, this is your first cooking recipe, and again, like all this stuff, you'll get free processing and cooking experience just for doing this, so why not? That's literally why they're apprentice. Otherwise, they wouldn't be anywhere. And I'm literally gonna get skilled just from doing stuff with potatoes. So that's pretty awesome. The last recipe here is grain soup. So if you want that free HP experience, this, in my opinion, is the easiest to make thing other than the fruit juice. Like I said, I was gonna get a farmer and do fruit juice instead, but that's only on other things. And because I'm not a mage or have MP, I haven't tested it to even see if it gets my HP up, but it is food, so I'm sure it works. So now we're going to do grain soup. So that's 6 potatoes, 3 water, 1 salt, and 3 cooking wine. And if we do all that, then we should get grain soup. And the only food that's really good for like stuff is, I mean, there are foods for like gathering, I guess. That's what this is going to be, is gathering. There's better foods for gathering that give it more, I think, for longer. So that's that. But if you want like XP, you probably should get suit tea and milk tea. But if you buy them off the auction house and you're not like just making them yourself, they're like 10 to 20k each. And grain soup, you get free potatoes from your workers. It's basically free, so you get the point. I pretty much use this when I don't care, when I'm AFKing overnight, have a macro to click it every 30 minutes, you get that HP experience, you get gathering for no reason, and then when you are training, you can use milk tea, or when you're strictly training professions, you can use suit tea. So that is the basics of potatoes. Potatoes can get you really far, and if you think about how useful, if you make your own beer with potatoes, and you maybe use this, and you maybe have the potions, even if you only make beer, it's still good to always have a potato income instead of, I don't know, farming it yourself. Like, you can farm it yourself, but why? Because you can just have workers use that. You can farm stuff that's worth way more money, like sunflowers or something, and do that. So and also you only need 1 node and then 1 more extra point for the potato farm. So super simple guide. You guys should get a lot out of this if you didn't know about it already. And I actually did not start doing this until like a week or 2 in, because I actually did not get a single worker until a week or 2 in, because I didn't really know what to do with them until I was higher level. And like, Now I have a fishing trader out. I have nodes that go all the way to Heidel for fishing. Like I fish out here, go all the way down here, trade it there. I have my own thing for like Kaya for the catfish when I train at catfish. And I have workers over here for doing boat stuff because now I own like all the stuff for boats. Like I can have my workers do this in the boat area. So I do have reasons for workers now, but still, after all this time, I'm always going to come back here for the potatoes. I'm always going to need potions. I'm even running low right now. I'm always going to need beer. And actually, I've been using so many potions and drinking so many food. I literally, the next time I get 10 contribution points, I'm getting another node and another worker to get me more potatoes, because I'm always running out. It's insane. So 1 or 2 should get you through it, like most situations, unless you're playing 20 hours a day, or just a noob and used 100 potions in an hour or something crazy. But yeah, so hopefully I helped someone out there. If you guys thought this guide was awesome, let me know. If you guys want more guides, let me know what you guys want guides on. If it's not out already, I made a training guide, so check my channel for that soon if it's not out already. And as I learn more stuff in Black Desert, I'll be making more guides. So see you guys next time. Alright, so I almost forgot one last thing, and it has to do with cooking. So if you cook anything, and I was just realizing this, I was cooking more shit, so sorry, this is like hours after I made the guide, but if you make anything in cooking, and this is not simple cooking, this is cooking on a thing right here, you get these plates, and you randomly get them on the side of whatever you make, so in addition to. So I make one of those, I might get any of these, so I'll just go over what they do. This one you get if you get 5, you can exchange it to someone for cooking experience. This one you exchange the 5 for 3k silver. This one you exchange 5 for milk, which I don't even know how you get milk because you can't really milk cows or farm cows yet, so super useful. This one you get beer, which could be useful. I mean, you make beer, you get more beer from turning these things in. It's pretty awesome. Or make anything else, you can get some beer. Probably shouldn't be your main income, but yeah. And then you get this one, exchange 5, and you get contribution points. Contribution points are hella extremely useful, so holy shit, you get contribution at a level in cooking. That's pretty interesting. So yep, and you can get all these things just from cooking things with potatoes, so it's that important. Figured I'd mention that for you guys. Contribution experience, cooking experience, money. I mean, what more could you possibly want? So there you guys go. That's what you get from cooking anything, and it also has to do with potatoes, so I added that in there. See you guys next time.